Porch Talks aren't just a podcast. They're a part of our lives. We carry them with us wherever we go. These are the honest late-night talks with friends who know all of our hearts and still won't leave us. These are the tearful moments of reconciliation with beloved parents whom we've hurt or have hurt us. These are the moments in relationship where we're confused about exactly where we stand with Jesus. These are the bouts of frustration and hurt and mistrust that we harbor when we talk about the beautiful love of God. These are the Porch Talks, and they're ours.
What's up, guys? I'm Andy, and these are the Porch Talks. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about creation. So what happens is God creates man, God being the subject of that, and he says, let us create man after our likeness. Let us create man in our image. So I was created in the image of God. And God had a plan. See, God's plan for that creation was, let us make man after our likeness. So he makes me in his image. He puts his likeness into me, and then he says, multiply. And at first, that was a literal physical reproduction. He literally wanted us as men to fill the earth with his image. That was a physical thing. And that command to multiply, initially, he says, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over it. And that multiplication, the point of that is to fill the earth with the image of God. And that was totally pure at that time. Now it looks different. Now that physical command to multiply has everything to do with my heart. You see, one day Jesus went to work in my heart. He made me a new creation. He made me alive, and wherever there is life, there will be multiplication. So he reproduces his image inside of me, renews my heart, makes me alive, and then says, multiply. Just like he said to the disciples in Matthew 28, go and make disciples. And it's this intrinsic principle that lives inside of me that's why you and I go and chase people's hearts. We go and pursue other people. And when we pursue other people, we create that same image. We reproduce that same image in them. We are multiplying. It's that principle that makes Paul say, rather, as servants of God, we commend ourselves in every way, in great endurance, in troubles, hardships, and distresses, in beatings, imprisonments, and riots, in hard work, sleepless nights, and hunger, in purity, understanding, patience, and kindness, in the Holy Spirit, and in sincere love, in truthful speech, and in the power of God, with weapons of righteousness in the right hand and in the left, through glory and dishonor, bad report and good report, known yet regarded as unknown, genuine yet regarded as impostors, beaten and not yet killed, dying yet we live on, sorrowful but always rejoicing, poor yet making many rich, and having nothing yet possessing everything. That rundown in 2 Corinthians 6, this fluid rundown of Paul's life and everything that he's faced for the cause of the gospel and for the cause of loving people and pursuing their heart. Paul laying his life and his fate down for the sake of others. That's the kind of pursuit that lives in us. That spiritual command to multiply and pursue people and make disciples. That's what we pursue, and we do that not because we're commanded to, but because it's a part of who we are, and it's a principle that applies to the new life that lives inside of us. So this is why we work so hard to reproduce what Jesus has put in us in others. See, because I know it's not that simple. What was reproduced inside of me wasn't always Jesus. Sometimes it was a fear of authority, emotional instability, anger, feeling like I need to control, a tendency to withdraw out of relationships after they know me too deeply. Sometimes what was reproduced in me was feeling like I need to look like I have it all together. Sometimes what was reproduced in me was feeling like I need to know everything. These are the things that were reproduced in me, and if I'm not careful, I will reproduce them and multiply them in others. You see, we will multiply. That is a principle. The Porch Talks for us are pressing into Jesus and pressing into our community and figuring out what exactly is it that I am multiplying into others. And how much of that is Jesus, and how much of that is stuff that doesn't belong. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Glorious light, I will go with